Good evening, everyone. All right, this is the first for me. I'm actually doing a lesson today in the evening. I always do my lessons. I usually do my lessons in the morning. If you've joined me before, it's usually always either in the morning or I do it in the afternoon. But today I thought, let's change it up. Let's do it in the evening. So if you've never joined me before, my name is Shelly. I live in Tokyo, Japan, and I usually do these live lessons in the morning, but today it is 10:30 p.m. So it's my first time to do it in the evening. I thought, maybe let's change it up for people who can't join my lesson because of the time difference. So, welcome to today's lesson, and thanks for joining. Good evening for me, or good morning, or good afternoon, whatever time it is where you are watching. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you had a good day. And today we're going to have a really fun English lesson today. Today, we're going to be focusing on a lesson that's going to make you sound very fluent. It's going to make you sound like a native English speaker. And as always, I will put the lesson onto the screen, so you will be able to see the lesson. If you ever want a copy of the lesson, just let me know. Contact me through YouTube, and I can arrange to get the lesson for you. Let's see. Let's start with just some hellos. XYZ, good evening. How are you today? Thanks for joining me. I knew you were going to come because I saw your comment on the community. So thanks for coming. I hope you had a great day today, XYZ. I know you are in Japan as well. So for everyone who's watching on the replay as well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the lesson. And let's jump right into it. I don't want to waste too much time, but let's jump right into it. For some of you who are new, you can see at the bottom, welcome to my school. Today's lesson, we are going to focus on regret. Now, regret means you feel sad, you feel disappointed because of some past action. Maybe you failed to do something. Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you did something poorly. So you feel sad, you feel disappointment. And that's what regret is called. And that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on regret. Everybody, it doesn't matter who you are, sometimes we do something and afterwards we feel, I feel sad, I feel regret, I feel disappointed. If I had the opportunity to go back, maybe I would change what I did. And that's what today's grammar is going to be. It's all about regret. So before I put the lesson onto the screen, again, everybody feel free to comment anytime if I'm going too fast, if you have a question, if you just want to say hello. We will be doing a lot of situation training. So when I give you those questions, make sure you're commenting and answering all of the questions. So, regret. How do we make a sentence using regret? Basically, we're going to be using should have plus the past participle. Should have plus the past participle. All right, so what does past participle mean? Past participle, it means it's the third position. It's the third position of our verbs. All right, so I'll give you a really easy example. If we've got the verb eat, okay, that's the first. Ate is past tense, that's number 2. So the third position, eaten is our past participle. So if I want to make any sentence in today's lesson, if I want to talk about regret, we need to have should have plus the past participle. It can't be present, it can't be past, it can't be ing. It must be the past participle, like the word eaten. So for these verbs, you just have to remember what the past participle is. So let's do a quick little quiz for you. If we look at the next verbs, we've got go, that's the present tense. We've got went, that's the past tense. What is the past participle? Who knows the past participle? If you know it, put it into the comment section. So go, went, and we need that third position. What is the third position of this verb? With eat, it was eat, ate, eaten. With go, it will be go, went, and XYZ has the answer, gone. Go, went, gone. That is correct. Go, went, and gone. So there is no, trick to this. You just have to remember it. So go, went, and gone is what the past participle is. So we are going to be using a lot of past participles. So try your best. If you can't remember what the past participle is, you can always ask me. So let's look at the lesson now. Let's look at the lesson document. I'm going to put it onto the screen. Again, if you want a copy of this lesson, just let me know and I can give that to you. So as I said, when we're using the regret grammar pattern, we are going to be using should, have, plus the past participle. So I've got should have and the past participle. Okay. As I said, the past participle is the third position. It's words like eaten. All right. So let's look at an example. How do we make a regret sentence? So let's look at our first example here. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for everyone to see. All right. So the example says, we're going to look at this example here. The situation is, I lost $10,000 at the casino. I lost $10,000 at the casino. Okay, this is a fact. This happened. This is not imagination. This is the fact. Leo, good evening. Oh, you're watching the lesson on the train now. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Don't speak out on the train. People might think you're a little bit strange, but thank you for joining me, Leo. I look forward to hearing all of your answers. YFS, good evening. Good evening. For some of you who are just joining, we're going to be doing a lesson on regret today. Regret is feeling sad, it's feeling disappointed because of some past action. Maybe you failed something, maybe you made a mistake, something went poorly, so you feel sad. So regret means you want to change what happened in the past. And our first example is, I lost $10,000 at the casino. Now, this is not imagination. This happened. I lost that money. So I feel sad. I feel, disappointed. I feel regret. So for that situation, maybe my sentence will be, I shouldn't have brought my ATM card to the casino. I shouldn't have brought my ATM card to the casino. Okay, so we can always remember we're going to be using should, have, and past participle. And should could also be shouldn't. So my sentence is I shouldn't have brought my ATM card to the casino. So maybe I lost some money. So I went to the ATM, got more money. I lost again. I went to the ATM, got more money. I lost again. And I continued to do that until I lost $10,000. So I shouldn't have brought my ATM card with me. If I didn't have my ATM card, then I wouldn't have lost so much money. Okay, so let's look at another example. Okay, Mark failed his test. Mark failed his test. That's not good. Nobody wants to fail a test. So Mark failed his test. So I think, he should have studied more. He should have studied more. So he didn't study enough, so he failed. So now he is sad. If Mark were my son, then I would be angry. So, he should have studied more. All right, let's look at one more example here. This one here, it is 1 a.m. and I still can't fall asleep. It's 1 a.m. and I still can't fall asleep. So what is my regret? What is my regret in this situation? Well, my regret is I shouldn't have drunk so much coffee after dinner. So I drank a lot of coffee after dinner. So now I can't sleep. It's 1 a.m. I can't sleep. So I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling disappointed. So I try to think back. I shouldn't have drunk so much coffee. All right. So these are all 3 examples of how we make a regret sentence. Now, it's very important. Should or shouldn't. Have. Have is decided. It's always have. And then my past participle. The past participle. So that's going to be the 3rd position. Okay, so far so good. All right. If you have any questions, you can always ask me in the comment section. Now, one thing I want to go over before we look at the first exercise, if you look at should have here, should have, we're always going to be using should or shouldn't and then have. That's always decided. So it's very useful to sound more like a native English speaker. You should join those 2 words together. You want to make it more compact and you want to contract everything. So in this situation, if you want to do should have, you should use the contraction SHOULD apostrophe VE. So that's going to be should have. All right. And now for pronunciation, I'm going to put that banner onto the screen. So should have, always make it shorter and spell it like this. Now, pronunciation of this is quite unique. The pronunciation is going to sound like should have. Okay. We don't spell it like that, but the pronunciation is should have. All right. So should have, please pronounce it like should have. Okay. So whenever you are speaking, make sure you're careful with this pronunciation. The have is pronounced like an of. Should have. Okay, so let's move to our first exercise. In the first exercise, it's not going to be too hard. We have a sentence with a blank space. You have 3 options, 3 choices to complete the sentence. Number 1 says, I have a terrible hangover. I have a terrible hangover. And then please choose A, B, or C. A, B, or C? So I should have eaten medicine. I shouldn't have drank so much. I shouldn't have drunk so much. Please type your answer into the comment section. Please type A, B, or C. YFS has a question. It's only pronunciation. Yes, that is correct. So when you are writing, please write either this. You can write should have, or you can write should have with apostrophe VE. But when you're speaking, okay, not right, when you're speaking, then your pronunciation is going to sound like that. Should have, should have. Okay, writing is this, speaking is this. Good question, YFS. And Dio has the answer. C, you are correct. I shouldn't have drunk so much. Drunk. So the past participle of drink is drunk. Excellent. XYZ shouldn't have drunk so much. Very good. Very good. And YFS C, yes, correct. And you're very welcome, YFS. No problem at all. Okay, let's look at question number 2. I went to work with a 40-degree Celsius fever. I went to work with a 40-degree Celsius fever. Are you going to choose D, E, or F? I shouldn't have stayed home. I should have gone to work. I should, and you know what? I've got a little spelling mistake here. Let's correct that. There should be a V in there. I should have stayed home. Is it D, E, or F? Number F, remember that was my mistake. It's actually have. XYZ, F, very good. YFS, F, do YFS, F, perfect, 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 very good. Okay, let's go on to number 3. Now, number 3, we have, it's going to go on to the next page, so let's just make it a little smaller. It is raining, and I forgot my umbrella. I should have something, my umbrella. Brought, bring, or brung. Brought, bring, or brung. And we've got G, brought, from XYZ. G, and wife says everybody's got G. Yes, perfect. Now, if some people who are watching on the replay, or some people who haven't answered, if you're thinking, you know, I've heard people say brung before. It's true. That's true. It's very, very old English. You know, many hundreds of years ago, this was actually okay. But in our current era, or in current environment, brung is no longer a standard word for the past participle. So everybody was correct. The answer is brought. Okay, very good. Number 4. I failed my test. Is it J, K, or L? I failed my test. I shouldn't have studied for my test. I should have studied for my test. I should have studied for my test. XYZ with L. YFS with L. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 1 Dio is also with L. Perfect. Yes. So I tried to trick you with this. Remember, that's only for pronunciation. The correct answer is L. All right. We have a couple more, and then we're going to get into more speaking activity. Number 5, I have a stomach ache. I something so much. Is it M, N, or O? So XYZ with N. Oh, XYZ has corrected herself and has answered O. Any other people who want to answer here? So we have one with O. Dio is also with O. XYZ, I made a mistake. Yeah, no problem. I got that. YFS with O. Very good. Correct answer is O. Yes, I shouldn't have eaten so much. Okay, and the last one. He hurt his leg, but played in the soccer game. He hurt his leg, but he played in the soccer game. Is it he should have gone to the doctor? He should have went to the doctor. He should have gone to the doctor. So P, Q, or R. All right, so he hurt his leg, but he still played in the soccer game. And XYZ answers R. YFS R. Perfect. R is the correct answer. He should have gone to the doctor. He shouldn't have played in the game. And our audio with R. Perfect. Okay. That was a very good warm-up exercise, right? A very good warm-up, a little bit of multiple choice, and we could see really good examples of regret sentences. So next, now it's time for you to make a sentence using a regret, using should have plus past participle. All right, so if we look at the first situation, I've given you the situation. The situation is, number 1, I couldn't wake up on time. I couldn't wake up on time today. So maybe I had to wake up at 7, but I woke up at 8. I couldn't wake up on time. That's a fact. So that was a problem. I am disappointed about that. Maybe I was late for work. Maybe I missed my train. What sentence could we make for this situation? I couldn't wake up on time today. Maybe there is a reason for that. Maybe that was the reason why I couldn't wake up. So let's try to think of a regret sentence. And remember, this sentence, we're going to be following should have plus the past participle. And so for these, you could say, you can use the subject I, and then complete the sentence. Right, so right here, you would say, I should have. That is decided. Now, of course, we want to make it more fluent. Let's contract it. I should have. I should have. You know, it could have been he should have. You know, my mom should have. My dad should have. So the subject can change depending on your sentence. Now, for everyone who's watching at home, also answer these questions, put them in the comment section, or speak them out loud. The more you practice your speaking, the better it will become when it's your turn to actually speak. You know, speaking will help your fluency. So Make sure you're always practicing. XYZ answers, I shouldn't have gone out. Yeah. Maybe you went out and you stayed up too late, right? So I shouldn't have gone out. Perfect. YFS, I shouldn't have stayed up late last night. Yes, I shouldn't have stayed up late last night. So you stayed up late, so you couldn't wake up on time today. So, and that, recently that happens to me a lot. I stay up later than I should. And then the next day, you feel really tired. So, I shouldn't have stayed up late last night. Dio's answer, I should have gone to bed early last night. Yes, perfect. If you go to bed early, then you would have woken up. Yeah, so there's so many answers. If you're watching on the replay, if you have a different answer, put it into the comment section. There's so many options. For me, I should have set my alarm. Maybe that was the reason why I didn't wake up. I forgot to set my alarm. So I should have set my alarm. Again, many, many answers. Number 2, I went to the beach and got sunburnt. I went to the beach and got sunburnt. This is something actually that has never happened to me. I've never gotten sunburnt. Knock on wood. So what's your regret? What's your regret? I went to the beach and I got sunburnt. XYZ, why? Why haven't I ever gotten sunburnt? Is that what you're asking? If it is, I don't know. I have strong skin, I guess. I've never had a sunburn. I just get darker and darker and darker. Dio has an answer. I should have put sunscreen. You are almost correct. You're almost correct. You need one more word for put. So put needs a preposition also. So sunscreen is correct. No, that was okay. That's okay. It's sunscreen. That was correct. It was just with put. Perfect. No, you just answered. Put on. Excellent. Yeah. Put on is kind of a set. So it's always going to go together. And you put on sunscreen. We don't need to say, for example, put sunscreen on my skin. We don't do that because that's sort of course, it only goes on your skin. So put sunscreen on or put on sunscreen. Excellent. Very good, Joe. Let's see. I should have put. I think that's put. Yes. I know it's out, but I know it's a mistake. Put. I should have put sunblock cream. So same thing, XYZ. With put, we want to have the preposition on. Put on sunscreen. Okay. So whenever you go to the beach, it's important that you put on sunscreen. Now, if you wanted to speak with a little bit more formal English, put on is standard. I would say that 90% of the people in the US and Canada will say put on sunscreen. But if you want a more difficult vocabulary word, a more difficult verb, then there is another verb we could say. And I'll put it on the screen here. You could use this here. Apply sunscreen. Apply sunscreen. This means to put on. Okay. Now, I would actually recommend that you remember this word, apply. It has the same meaning as put on. And the reason why I say you should remember this verb is because we often use this in sort of medical issues as well in the medical industry. Let's say that you have really dry skin or you need to get some cream from the doctor. Now you go get the prescription, you go to the drugstore, the pharmacist will tell you, please apply the cream to your, the area 3 times a day. Okay, so apply is very common in more business or more formal setting. And you're very welcome, Joe. Very welcome. Apply, yeah, it's a really good word. So let's look at number 3. Number 3, Joanna's car oil lamp was on, but she ignored it. Now the car doesn't start. Okay. We have a question here from YFS. No preposition for sunscreen. So you're going to put on sunscreen or put sunscreen on. So sunscreen doesn't need the preposition. Put will use the preposition. Does that make sense, YFS? All right. If you still are confused, just let me know. But for the rest of you, number 3, Joanna's car oil lamp was on. What this means is if you've ever driven a car or if you've ever been in a car, when you're driving the car, you have the dashboard, and sometimes there is a small little icon, and it's an oil lamp. And if that oil icon is lit up, so if it's flashing or if it's glowing a color, if it's lit up, that means something's wrong. You need to check your oil. You need to go to the mechanic. So in this situation, Joanna's car oil lamp, it was on. It was, it was orange. It's lit up, but she ignored it. She didn't do anything about it. And now her car doesn't start. If it's applied on, no, with apply, you don't need a preposition. No preposition with apply. So what should Joanna have done? What should Joanna have done? What should Joanna have done? XYZ's answer, she should have gone to a mechanic. Yes. That is probably the best thing she could have done. She should have gone to a mechanic. YFS, you're very welcome. All right. Let's look at the next one here. My colleague made a big mistake on her report. My colleague made a big mistake on her report. YFS with the previous one. She shouldn't have ignored. We need one more word, YFS. She shouldn't have ignored something. She shouldn't have ignored something. So in this one here, we do need to have one more word. We need to have an object, another pronoun. Ignore what? What is she ignoring? The lamp. Yeah, perfect. YFS, the lamp. Yeah, so she shouldn't have ignored the lamp. She shouldn't have ignored it. You can just make it simple and just say it as well. The lamp, YFS, perfect, yes. And then we can just change it, make it shorter and it, right? So she shouldn't have ignored it. She shouldn't have ignored it. Okay. And even here with my pronunciation, shouldn't have, shouldn't have, shouldn't have. She shouldn't have ignored it. All right. Number 4. So my colleague. What does colleague mean? Does anybody know what colleague means? Dio, your answer, she should have taken care of the car more. Yes, perfect. She should have taken care of the car more. Yeah. And this one as well. We can change this sentence even a little bit. We could say she should have taken better care of her car. All right, so I'm going to put it on to the one second. So she should have taken better care of her car. This is also very common, using the word better instead of more. But your answer is also perfect, Dio. She should have taken care of the car more. Perfect. And yes, colleague. If we go back to number 4, colleague means coworker. You are correct. YFS, good. Coworker. So my coworker, my colleague, made a big mistake on her report. That is not good. She made a big mistake on her report. What should she have done? What should she have done? I think all of us, sometimes we've written a report, maybe we've written essays, and we made a big mistake on it. And we feel sad, we feel disappointed. We always feel regret. Oh, I should have, and then something. What should she have done? And anybody who's watching during the replay, like I said, you can put any of your answers in the comment section, especially if you have a different answer. If you've got a different answer, please share it in the comment section. That way everyone can learn. And if you're watching this on replay and you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So my colleague made a big mistake on her report. And I'll share my answer for this as well. But I'm going to give everybody a little bit more time to type out their answers. In the future, I will be doing in-person lessons. Right now, this is a live lesson, and it's great. I get to, talk with all of you. But we're typing and talking. I'm talking, you're listening, but I don't get to hear your voice. I don't get to hear your pronunciation. But I'm hoping that sometime this year that I will be doing live lessons where I actually will have you join me. Some of you will join me and we can actually do the lesson. I can hear your answers. XYZ says she should have asked her colleague to proofread her report. That's a great verb, proofread. Okay. What does proofread mean, XYZ? Proofread means that you want them to read it and check it. So XYZ is saying that she should have asked her colleague, her coworker, to check her report, to read it. And YFS has used the word checked. She should have checked her report with her colleague. Yeah, she should have checked her report with her colleague. Perfect. So one is this one is that she is checking together with her colleague. The first one was that, she should have asked her colleague to read it and check it, which that verb is called proofread. Excellent. There's another word we could say, not only proofread. Sometimes I like to use this word, double check. Double check. She should have asked her colleague to double check her report. Or maybe she should have double checked her report. All right, so double check means check again. All right, perfect. Good answers. Let's move on to number 5. Junior came home very late and his parents are angry now. Now let's get a little bit more detail to this. Let's say Junior is 16 years old. Junior is 16. He has come home very late. His parents are angry. Now, when I say late, let's add some more information. When I say late, let's say he has come home at midnight. Junior, 16-year-old boy, has come home at midnight, and his parents, of course, are super angry. What should Junior have done? What should Junior have done? So let's put that question. That's a good question for everyone to sort of understand how to make it. What should Junior have done? All right, so when you have your answer, just put it into the comment section. I'm going to move the lesson away as well to make it a little bit more difficult for you. So Junior has come home very late and his parents are angry. I can understand this. I've done this before when I was a teenager. I've come home late before. My parents were super angry. And it's actually not that difficult to get around. If there's just one thing Junior should have done, at least in my case, there was only one thing I should have done, and my parents wouldn't have been angry. And for my situation, I'll share my answer first. What I think Junior should have done. I think he should have called his parents. I think he should have called his parents. Yeah, XYZ. Yeah, he should have come home earlier. Yes, he should have come home earlier. That is the perfect answer. But sometimes you just can't, you're having fun, or maybe it's difficult to come home early. So, I think mine is, I think he should have called his parents. YFS, harsh. Junior should have used his brain. Yeah, he should have used his brain. Very, very harsh OIFS, but I like it. I like that answer. Yeah, he should have used his brain. Okay, good answer. All right, number 6. I am so hung over today. I am so hung over today. Does anybody know what hungover means? What is hungover? What does that mean? YFS. Yes, very, very funny. What does hungover mean? I'm so hungover today. Now, if any of you watched my last, I believe it was my last live lesson, we actually studied so. We studied the words so and such. And this is a really useful grammar. This actually adds a lot of, personality to your sentences. We use so with an adjective. So if you really want to sound, make your sentences sound more, more beautiful with more character, more emphasis, then make sure you watch that live lesson. It's a live lesson on so and such. So if you just go to my channel, go to the live area, and I've got it labeled. So just look for the lesson on so and such. It's a good lesson. And I have some other videos, some short videos as well, describing so and such. So yeah, if you're interested, check that out. YFS says, you drink too much the night before and you have a really bad headache the next day. Drink too much and you feel bad. XYZ, drunk too much. Yes. So to be hungover means basically, yeah, you drank too much, and the next day, not that day, but usually the next day, you've got a headache, maybe a stomach ache, maybe you throw up. That means you're hungover. And the word here, hungover, just a quick note. I've got hungover, HUNGOVER. With this, please use the be verb, hungover. Okay, this means hungover is an adjective. Now, you could also use this. Okay, have an hangover. Hangover is a noun, so the verb will change. So if you do drink and you want to use this word, be careful to choose the correct verb with either the adjective or the noun. So I'm so hungover today. What should I have done? What shouldn't I have done? And no, this is not alcohol. This is coffee. So I will not have a hangover tomorrow. Okay, so what should I or what shouldn't I have done? And just leave your answers in the comment section. Anyone who's watching on the replay as well. XYZ, I shouldn't have drunk too much. Yes, very good. Very good. Yeah, I drank too much. Easiest answer is that. I shouldn't have drunk so much. Or too much in this situation, yes. Dio says, I shouldn't have drunk too much. Perfect. YFS, I should have drunk water before I slept. Perfect. Yes. All perfect answers. Okay, let's look at the next one. Number 7. It says, I wore a 3-piece suit to work yesterday. I wore a 3-piece suit to work yesterday. Yesterday was 38 degrees Celsius. I wore a 3-piece suit to work yesterday, and yesterday was 38 degrees Celsius. Wow, it's very hot. A 3-piece suit is basically when you have your slacks, you have your blazer, you also have a vest. So it's a lot of clothing. That means it's quite a heavy suit. Now, of course, I wore this 3-piece suit to work yesterday. It's because it's work. What should I have done? What should I have done? Now, easiest answer, and I don't want any, again, the easiest answer is just say the opposite. I wore this, so I shouldn't have worn it. Right? That's the easiest, just always going the opposite. So I shouldn't have worn a suit. Okay, you're just saying the opposite of the situation. This is a completely fine answer. But I'd like you to use your imagination. I'd like you to use your critical thinking. And don't give me the opposite, but give me a unique regret. Try to challenge yourself to use different words, different vocabulary, different verbs. All right, so don't just say the opposite. The opposite is, yeah, I shouldn't have worn it. But give me something else. Give me another, regret. What should I have done? So I wore a three-piece suit to work yesterday. It was 38 degrees Celsius. I don't think I've ever worn a three-piece suit. Deal with a good answer here. I should have checked weather forecast before I go to work. Okay, remember this is past tense now. This is past tense because it's already done. I should have checked the weather forecast before I went to work. I should have checked the weather forecast before I went to work. So don't forget the and then went to work. But perfect. Yes. Yes, that's the smartest thing you could do. Especially, I've learned that living in Japan. You have to check the weather forecast in Japan before you go out, because the weather here is just so, it's in summer it gets so hot, or it could rain suddenly. So excellent answer, Dio. YFS says, I should have worn a two-piece suit instead. Yeah, a two-piece suit. Yeah, perfect. XYZ, I should have called my boss and let her know I'm working from home. Wow, great answer. Great answer. Yeah, especially now, because we are living in the pandemic era. It's a lot easier to work from home. Yeah, I should have called my boss and let her know I'm working from home. Deal. Good. You corrected. I should have checked the weather forecast before I went to work. Perfect. Very, very good. Now, what do we call the clothing, especially in summertime, if you go to work and you're not wearing a tie, and you're not going to wear a blazer either. You've got nice slacks or dress pants on. Maybe you've got a button-up shirt, but that's it. There's no jacket, no tie. What is that called? Or maybe it's even a polo shirt. What type of clothing is that? That's not a suit. That's not a suit. What is that called? Okay, you're going to wear some dress pants or some slacks, maybe a button-up shirt, maybe a polo shirt, and that's it. There's not going to be a jacket. There's no tie. How do we call that type of clothing? If you know the answer, just put it in the comment section. If you don't know the answer, just put a question mark in the comment section. Now, I know living in Japan, they do have a special word for that. What do they call it? Okay, yeah, I remember now. But yeah, that's definitely wrong. In Japan, they like to call that cool biz. Let's see. YFS, casual formal. I knew the word. I forgot. Close. Actually, casual Friday. Yeah, that's good. But that's the day. Friday's casual Friday. In the US and Canada, Friday's always casual Friday. But now, actually, every day is casual Friday. But the actual clothing, YFS, you're quite close. You said casual formal, semi-formal. Both of those are fine. What I would say here, because we're talking about work, we're going to work, we need to use a type of work vocabulary word. So we are going to say, actually, let's put it into the banner to make it bigger for everybody. Okay, so what we're going to say here is business casual. Business casual. So maybe, I wore a three-piece suit to work yesterday. I should have dressed business casual. I should have dressed business casual. All right. Excellent. So we've learned a new vocabulary word, okay? Business casual. Now let's do a few more. Let's make this lesson at least to an hour for everybody to study. The next one here, anybody who's commenting here, I want you to try to, it's always, you might have the same answer as someone, but let's try to make different answers. So I've got 2 arrows here because I want at least 2 different answers. All right, so here, the next situation, it says, I am stuck in traffic. But before that, Dio has a question. My company did cool biz this summer. I thought it was Wasego. Yes, you are completely right, Dio. It is Wasego. It's not correct. The first time I heard someone say cool biz, I had no idea what they were talking about. Like biz, I didn't know that was business. So cool biz. Yeah, it confused me. So if you were to go to the US or Canada and if you said cool biz, absolutely nobody would understand you. So yeah, business casual. Okay, so we're gonna do a couple more. This one here, I'm stuck in traffic. I'm stuck in traffic. Right? This means, you're driving, you're in your car, but you're stuck. There's so much traffic, you cannot move. You don't say biz trip? No, we'll say business trip. Business trip. But yeah, no, we don't say biz trip. Yeah, I don't know why we don't shorten that word. Not in sort of business English or even casual English. We do have some slang, but we generally don't say biz. Oh my God. There you go. Don't say it anymore. Don't say it anymore. Yeah, just say business trip. Yeah, it's interesting. Wherever you go, you're going to have your own unique sort of English depending on where you are. But yeah, biz is not common. So in this next situation, you're stuck in traffic, right? That means you're in your car, maybe you're on the highway, you're not moving, right? There could be a reason, there could be some regret here. What should I have done? What should I have done? Now, before anybody answers, don't stop typing. If you're typing right now, stop. I don't want this answer. I don't want this answer. I shouldn't have driven. I shouldn't have driven. You cannot answer that. That's too easy. It's too easy. That's a correct answer, but it's too easy. Let's challenge ourselves. Let's make a more difficult sentence. You're stuck in traffic. The only option is driving. Or maybe you're rich. If you're rich, you can give me another option. Like super rich. I was typing that. Yeah, I knew somebody would type that. So I want you to challenge yourself. I want you to think of something, outside of the box. So does anybody know that expression? I actually have a lesson on that as well, on an idioms lesson. We will often say to think outside of the box. I'm going to put it onto the screen here for everyone to see. To think outside of the box. What this means, to think outside of the box, it just means that you want to think of a solution, think of an answer to a problem, but not in the standard way. Like everybody thinks in the same way, the easy solution. So we will call that a box. So everybody's solution to most problems is in this box. But to think outside of the box, out here, out here, it means that you're thinking uniquely. You're coming up with a unique solution. So I shouldn't have driven is a very standard answer. So I want you to think outside of the box. Give me a unique answer. If you want to learn more about that, I do have a video on my idioms lesson. One of the idioms is to think outside of the box. And a lot of people watch the idiom lessons, or maybe they scroll through lessons and they say, oh, idioms, I'll never use that. But honestly, we do use it. We do use a lot of these idioms all of the time. So they are useful to study. So we do have some silence here. Everybody's thinking of a solution. I'm stuck in traffic. Let's say, if you're super rich, maybe you have an alternate means of transportation. Maybe there's something else, another way you could go. There you go. XYZ, the rich person's answer. I should have taken a helicopter. Maybe I should have taken my helicopter. Yes. Should have taken, oh yeah, that's a good answer. That's a unique one. You're thinking outside of the box. All right, what's another answer? Remember, we want 2 answers for each of these now. I'm stuck in traffic. While this, I shouldn't have driven as a perfect answer. In today's lesson, you cannot use that. All right, so we got 1, I should have taken a helicopter. I've never been in a helicopter. YFS says, I should have checked the navigation. Yeah. And here I would actually even say my navigation. I should have checked my navigation. I should have taken a train. Good answer. Yeah, this is another way to go. XYZ, your second answer, I should have stayed in. Stayed in means stay home. Perfect. Excellent. One of my answers, I think I would have said, this is usually my answer for anytime there's traffic. I usually will say, I should have left earlier. For me, I feel that most traffic can be avoided if you leave earlier. Oh no, I'm stuck in the box. No, get out of the box. I like that sentence though. Yeah, it's tough. We always want to think of the one simple answer, which is good. I mean, it's a great answer. I shouldn't have driven. But yeah, if we challenge ourselves to use different verbs, then our English starts to get better, and it starts to become easier to explain ourselves. All right, good. Let's look at number 2. This one's also, we're getting more difficult situations. Number 2, I want you to imagine you are the boss. And in this situation, it says your best employee left because he got a better job offer. Your best employee left because he got a better job offer. That means your best employee, your best worker left the company because he got a better offer from a different company. That's a big problem. That's a big problem for you. Now, of course, there's nothing you can do now except for feel regret. What should you have done? What should you have done? Maybe if you had done something different, he wouldn't have left. So what should you have done? And I'm going to give you the answer I don't want to hear. I should have asked him not to leave. Okay? We cannot answer that. That's a good answer. Grammar is fine, but it's too easy. That's scary. What's scary? What happened? Did you see a ghost, YFS? Or did I answer your answer again? Were you typing that? All right, Rio. Nice. You are outside of the box, Rio. You're thinking outside of the box. I should have given him a promotion. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Yeah. Give someone a promotion. They're definitely not going to leave. I'm still very curious why YFS said scary. Now, I'm going to keep Rio's answer up here because that was a good answer. I should have given him a promotion. Any other answers? Now, promotion. Promotion means that you have been given a higher position in the company, right? The promotion means you're kind of climbing the ladder. That's another good. Because you said we can't say this sentence. Yeah, that's too easy. It's such an easy lesson or sentence. That's why I'm trying to challenge you guys. Here's another idiom that we will often use when we talk about business. To climb the corporate ladder. To climb the corporate ladder. So most people want to continue to rise up in their company, and they want to climb the corporate ladder. Yeah, if you want somebody to stay, you promote them. That means they're going to a higher position. XYZ's answer. I should have given him a project that he can be motivated. Okay, so make sure here, again, can must be past tense. I should have given him a project that he could be motivated with. Okay, and you can make this even a little bit easier. You know, I might say, I should have given him a project that motivated him. I should have given him a project that motivated him. XYZ, another answer. I should have talked with him about his career path more often. Yeah, great answer. Great answer. Yes. Right. Once we start thinking outside of the easy answer, so many options. There are so many options. Now I want to go back to promotion. Promotion means that you're rising up in the company. You're going from this level to the next level. What about not promotion? What if your salary becomes higher? Your position stays the same, but your salary becomes higher. What is that called? So your position is the same, but you're going to earn more money. Your salary is going to rise. What is that called in English? YFS, raise. Yes, a raise. So a raise means an increase in your salary. It doesn't necessarily mean you're promoted. And promotion doesn't mean you get a raise. Usually you get a raise, but sometimes you don't. You just get more responsibility. Okay, let's do one more that's going to challenge everyone, and then we'll call it a night. And I want to do this one because I think it's fun. His girlfriend left him. His girlfriend left him. His girlfriend, that means some guy, some dude, some bro, he had a girlfriend. The girlfriend left. She broke up with him. Yeah, wife is, yes, I did say a raise because here a raise is a noun. Only raise is a verb. It means that something goes higher, not only money. I raised my hand. So it's a raise. So a promotion, a raise. Very good question. So in this situation, the guy, his girlfriend left him. She broke up with him. She dumped him. All right. So she broke up with him. She left him. And then I said she dumped him. She dumped him means she broke up with him. Now, of course, this guy feels very sad now. He has a lot of regret. Okay. And the easy answer is this. He should have been nicer to his girlfriend. I'm just going to put GF here. He should have been nicer to his girlfriend. That's too easy. Too easy. So, what should he have done? This is going to be the last one for the night. There are more. So if you want a copy of this lesson, let me know. I will send it to you. I'll get it to you somehow. You can also do some of these for homework and leave it in the comment section after the lesson is done during the replay. So this will be the last one. The situation here is his girlfriend left him. What should he have done? Remember, we are using regret. We're using the pattern should have plus past participle. Should have plus past participle. And we've got some answers here. XYZ says he should have taken care of his girlfriend more. Yeah, it's okay. It's a good answer. He should have treated her like a princess. There you go. Right? So he should have been nicer to his girlfriend. That's a standard answer. YFS, you just raised it. It's the same meaning, but you've used more colorful words. And that's a better sentence. So good job. He should have treated his girlfriend as a princess. Same. Wow, perfect. You guys are thinking alike. Right? YFS, we are the same answer. We have the same answer. Yes. Yeah, there's so many answers here. The easy answer. From maybe Guy's point of view, he should have taken her out more. He should have bought her more jewelry. There's so many answers. I know, right? Yes, he should have treated her like a princess. That is true. Then he wouldn't have regret. She wouldn't have dumped him. Okay, excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I like finishing with this because it's a fun one. So, any questions? Today we're looking at regret, and it's not that difficult. This is intermediate kind of advanced grammar, but really it's not that hard because we're just using should have plus the past participle. And so all you have to do is remember, either your past participle is that third position. So it's just a memorization game. Remember all of your verbs. And then after that, you can make sentences quite easily. Now, remember, it's always better to give kind of more unique regrets. The opposite is fine. The opposite is fine. I am so tired today. Well, I should have rested. Right? That's just the opposite, which is fine. It's a good answer, but let's try to think outside of the box because that really helps us sort of challenge ourselves to use different verbs. And that gets you speaking more fluently, and it just makes speaking a lot more fun as well. All right. So, yeah, there we go. We got some good friendships going on in the comment section as well. So if you have any questions, please put them into the comment section right now. And if you think of the question later, you can always ask me after the live lesson during the replay. Anybody who's watching this on replay as well, any questions you have regarding the grammar today, should have plus past participle. We're talking about regret. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Today was the first time I did a lesson in the evening. If you enjoyed the evening, let me know as well. If you prefer the morning, let me know. I'm trying to find the best time for everyone. Okay, it looks like we don't have any questions. Yeah, everybody did a good job today. Yeah, I know it was really smooth. Great answers. I liked the last few because we got some really unique answers. So the next live I'll be doing, the next lesson I'll be doing will be on Saturday. It will be in the morning. It will be in the morning at very early at 7 a.m. Japan Standard Time. Please check what time that is in your area. I'll post that notification on my community site. I will not be doing a lesson on Sunday because there's a Halloween event happening in my neighborhood. So I plan to have a small party at my house. And I am looking forward to everyone, sharing their Halloween stories with me. I hope you're going to dress up. I will be dressing up. I'll show you my costume after Halloween or maybe during Halloween. YFS, both times are good. That's good. Good to know. Good to know. All right. So I will have a couple more videos out this week. And then my next live will be on Saturday, 7 a.m. All right, guys. Thank you all for joining me. And remember, any questions you have, just leave them down in the comment section. But until that next lesson, see ya. And thank you all.